Without doubt, there are a lot of characters inside Naruto Storm 4 that offer a tremendous performance if you learn how to use them properly. But what happens with all those characters that can't offer the same? I mean, it doesn't matter how hard you try, they simply don't seem to work. Today's video is especially focused on these characters. These are the 10 worst characters in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Please keep in mind that this is just my opinion regarding this topic. You are all welcome to leave your personal lists in the comments down below. Also, it's worth highlighting that this top is not organized in an ascendant order. They are just the 10 characters that I consider the worst ones in the game, without any order in specific. Without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Kidomaru, one of the 4 sound ninjas. This is a very basic character among all his abilities, but the slowness on his jutsu, the lack of consistency of his shuriken combos, and the absence of infinite combos leave a lot to desire. His tilt is very noticeable, so the opponent can react easily. He's a pretty predictable character. His awakening is not that bad, but the rest of his moveset makes him feel like a character with more cons than pros. Number 2. Jiraiya. It's true that Jiraiya is one of fan favorites in the anime and I'm included there. He's a brutal shinobi in the series, but here in Storm 4 he's simply too slow. His combos do not pull off enough pressure due to the speed he uses on each punch. His tilt is incredibly slow, his jutsu is a Rasengan that, even though is one of the most damaging ones in the game, is still hard to connect. His grab doesn't have any range. His ultimate has decent range, but the hitbox is pretty small, so it makes it difficult to pull off. The only good thing I could highlight is his damage. He's so damn high for each hit, and his awakening, that is one of my favorite in the entire game. But apart from that, he's a character with a lot of flaws that need to be compensated. Number 3. PTS Choji. The main reason why a little Choji is on the list is his mobility, one of the most bulky characters in the roster. Now, a slow character doesn't mean he's a bad one directly. What makes him bad is the rhythm of each strike on his combo. This gives time to the opponent to counterattack in many different ways. If you're not able to finish a combo with a certain character, that's a clear disadvantage. His combo range is pretty short, and that could provoke a series of mistakes regarding the neutral position of the battle. If you're fighting against characters like Madara, Obito Ten-Tails, or Edo Hashirama, those kind of characters with a big range and hitbox, you will never manage to pull off any combo with Choji. Number 4. PTS Kiba, another PTS character to the list. He is a pretty decent character. His damage, his range, grab and tilt is okay, but what happens with this dude is whenever Akamaru gets hit, Kiba is unable to attack. You get completely open, and you can say, but look at that tiny little dog, how could someone hit him? Believe me, it happens a lot more than you may think. This Kiba characteristic is seen a lot in puppet characters as well. If his puppet is reached by a certain attack, they get disabled for a short amount of time. This is an even worse problem with Kiba because he is a close-range character. His strength is on hand-to-hand combat, so he cannot get open that easily because you are going to get smacked, only due to the fact that Akamaru received damage. Number 5. Konan. I hate this character. No matter how many times I give her a shot, all those times have been horrible for me. His combo range is one of the shortest ones I've ever seen. Her damage is very improvable. Her ultimate is too slow. Is a character that doesn't let you make anything interesting happen. My experience with Konan has been awful and I do not recommend her at all. Number 6. Karin. I feel that maybe Karin could be the only character that would manage to escape from this list, since her jutsu is one of the most useful ones in close range as a support one, but she lacks on damage, she doesn't have any infinite combo or incline stunt, her grab doesn't have much range, and her ultimate is okay, I guess, is very standard. However, I don't think she has anything else to consider her a decent character. That's why I decided to leave her at this point of the list. Number 7. Kankuro. Don't get me wrong, I know there are a lot of Puppet Master players that are incredibly good on this game, that play in a competitive scene, but let's be honest, it's not the majority of the players, and I do not include myself inside that category either. That's why I don't want you guys to get me wrong here. According to the basic knowledge of a standard Storm 4 player, the Puppet Masters are difficult to use, but that doesn't change the fact that they have flaws as well. Some situations that the other close range characters can manage pretty well. If you're up against a ranged character that only throws shurikens, it's going to be extremely difficult to counterattack that play style with a puppet. It's like getting used to play a completely different game. Kankuro doesn't offer good damage and range attacks. The grab and tilt is decent, but in general is a character that asks for so many requirements in order to use him in a decent way. Number 8. PTS Tenten. I don't know if it's necessary to explain why Tenten is a bad character. It's probably the less damaging character in the entire game. Her jutsu has an incline stunt, but it is necessary to change character in order to continue the combo. It seems like the moment they programmed this character, the developers didn't know if making her a ranged character or a close combat one, and the result seems to be this hybrid between those two concepts. It's like a unique character, but unique doesn't mean good. This is a flat character with not much to offer. Number 9. Tobi. This is someone that at first sight could seem he is not taking anything seriously. His personality was obviously taken from the original manga and was represented in an identical way. His personality also reflects on his fighting style, and even though his moves are unorthodox and fun to watch, he truly doesn't have skills to become a decent character at least. Even though he has good range combos, they are pretty slow and they could be interrupted at any moment. The opponent could charge his subs again before Tobi manages to finish one single combo. That means he doesn't have good pressure on his attacks. However, this could be useful since a lot of his punches have incline stunt and it is easy to switch characters and chain more attacks. His awakening is also great, but again, this is my personal opinion according to my experiences with each character. It's possible that you are an excellent Storm 4 player using Tobi. Of course, take it like this, maybe you don't have a top tier character but you manage to have a great performance with him. That demonstrates how good you are in the game. Number 10. Chiyo. Again, I don't have anything against the Puppet Masters, it's just that, from my point of view after years playing this game, she doesn't seem like a good character at all. She has a slow jutsu, her combos are confusing, and with an out-of-context hitbox, I don't understand how the Puppet players can chain combos, pull off infinites and things like that using this kind of characters. The only thing that could be useful from Chiyo is her grab. It's quick and with good range, but that's it. After awakening, she becomes a more hand-to-hand combat character and the animations are visually attractive, but that would work much better with characters like Ten Tails Obito or Mecha Naruto, for example. I want to make something clear as well. From my perspective, every character has something that makes them unique, every single one of them, and it is not about someone telling you which character you should use. Just learn how to use your favorite ones, experiment with their combinations. Each one keeps some useful surprises that can help you become a better player. A puppet player can be an amazing one, and also a ranged character player. Those are just playing styles, but always remember, using a ranged character doesn't mean you have to do this.